Thank you with Jamie McLennan and Frankie Corrado. Well, everybody was talking about the Oilers making history, and in the end, the Panthers make a little of their own. First team in 79 years to blow a 3-0 lead and then still win the Stanley Cup. And you know, what the Oilers did is remarkably impressive, to win 3 straight down 0-3, but is it equally impressive that the Panthers, with nothing going their way, were able to compose themselves and win Game 7?
Absolutely, and you just used the word composure, and that's exactly what the Florida Panthers had tonight in this Game 7, where it would have been easy for them to pack it in, maybe let the nerves get the best of them. That wasn't the case. All playoffs long, I've used the term, they play for keeps. Well, they played for keeps tonight. Defensively, the goaltender was fantastic. Their top players were as good as anybody in the world in a Game 7 situation. So the Panthers got it done when everybody in the hockey world thought that they were not going to get it done and 97 was going to skate away with the cup.
And we had a chance to talk to a few of the Panthers players after the game. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk. One of the words they all used was free. They played more free in this game, more free than they have the last 3, and ultimately that leads to a Game 7 victory.
Do you think the Oilers played less free? Look, the reason nobody's come back from 0-3 in a final since 42 is that it's really hard to beat a really good team 4 times in a row. So did they run out of gas, or perhaps the pressure of finally actually playing for the cup when before they were just chasing it, did that get to them?
It's the first time since Game 3 that both of these teams are playing on an even playing field. And what I mean by that is there's things happening on the ice and off the ice for both of these teams. Listen, since Game 4, the Panthers have had to fly their families to and from Edmonton. So their focus wasn't exactly just on the ice. It had to be elsewhere. Edmonton had to deal with that in this game. And as much as teams talk about, you know, we want to push for the next goal, the elephant in the room is let's not make the next mistake. Let's not be the team that makes the mistake. And ultimately in a game like this, it's just one mistake that's going to cost you, and it's a tight game, and Florida wins it.
Well, you're right. It comes down to one play, and it could have very easily been in the Panthers' net. And the guy who gets the second assist was actually in his own net, which we've never seen before, leading to the GWG.
Well, Kulikov makes a great play on the back door and swipes it behind the net. And you're right, Edmonton was pressing, especially in the second period. They had a great forecheck, and they threw the puck to the net, and the puck rattles around on the back door. Kulikov pops it loose. Now it comes along the wall. Sam Reinhart does a terrific job looking for options, stopping up, and this is a little bit of a screenshot. Is in the eyes of Stuart Skinner, a Panther slides right through, and it goes short side through the body, and people will talk about it, but it is a game of inches. One end, you miss a potential wide open net, come back the other way, the game-winning goal, Stanley Cup winning goal for Sam Reinhart.
That's the Stanley Cup winning goal, but reality is, did they win the Stanley Cup because they figured out how to do something that hardly anyone's ever been able to do, and that's shut down Connor McDavid?
Absolutely. Like, we're talking about a guy that over a 2-game span in this series had 8 points, 2 4-point games. And if you go into a Game 7, I would imagine a lot of the Florida Panthers players have to be thinking, what does this guy have up his sleeve? Well, really, it was the Florida Panthers who had something up their sleeve, and they found a way to keep Connor McDavid at bay. And really what it comes down to is the top 2 lines for the Florida Panthers, they had the puck a lot. They weren't giving it to the Oilers. The Oilers had to work to get it back. That means McDavid had to work to get it back. And Gustav Forsling and Aaron Ekblad, who had been on for a lot of goals against the last 3 games, they were much better. They only had one mistake. Ultimately, that's the Matthias Janmark goal. So as a collective group, those top 2 lines in that top D pair, they did a great job on Connor McDavid and ultimately keep him off the score sheet.
And Jamie, quickly, Bobrovsky's had a streaky career, and these 7 games, really the poster of it. He's brilliant in the first 3, not very good in the next 3, and then with the cup on the line, he's at his best.
And I asked him, did you do anything different for your preparation? Because he didn't skate yesterday. And he said, no, business as usual. And he was able to get it done. Had a little bit of puck luck, but a couple of massive saves at critical times for the Florida Panthers. And, you know, talking to the players, it was Matthew Tkachuk, it was Sam Bennett, all said that Bobrovsky was the difference, led to the confidence of the group. And certainly in the most critical game, a Game 7, he looked rock solid. He was aggressive, and he did good job of fighting for sight lines, controlling rebounds, and he was on top of it, and there's a big reason why he lifted the cup.
They really played a really great team game, just really good defensively, timely scoring, and that's why the Panthers are champions. And so the drought continues for Canada. Now 31 years, and hey, there's been opportunities for the Canadian teams. The Oilers become the 7th Canadian team during the drought to lose in the Stanley Cup final, and now with big questions looming about futures of their stars, they'll have to do what the Panthers did and try to come back and win it next year.